Hey Sunrise, it's Andrew here with your small group questions for this week as we dive into chapter 43 of Genesis. And so right off the bat, the first thing that we have to deal with is how is 43 and 42 connected? What are some of the parallel images? What are some of the parallel events that take place in our text? What is God doing in these texts? So it is several months later, some up to a year after the events of chapter 42. So what are some of the things that stand out that have occurred from where we left off in chapter 42? In that vein, there are two key elements that we can look at. One is how are the brothers presented here? So how are the brothers presented in chapter 43 compared to what we've seen before that, leading up to this moment? How is this event, especially at the beginning of 43, different than 42? As the brothers and Jacob have this issue over food. And then again, as you think about that, how is Jacob being presented in this text? What is Jacob's big issue that he is working through in this text? And so as you begin to put those pieces together, we kind of let the text unfold, which leads to the fact of what is God doing in this text? What are we seeing God do through the Israelites here as they journey to Egypt? What do we see Joseph doing in our text? What do you make of Joseph and his actions in chapter 43 compared to chapter 42? How these things go together? And again, as you think about some of the little nuances in our text, we have verse 14 in Jacob's discussion with his sons, sending Benjamin that if he'll be bereaved, he'll be bereaved. He names Benjamin, doesn't name Simeon. What are some of the things that you begin to put together in this text? And even part of it again, you see some of the nuances in the fact that the treasure that was given to them, that is what the servant says about what Jacob or Joseph did for his brothers. We begin to unpack some of these things. I want us to continue to see the glory of Christ, and even that, how is the gospel revealed in this text? What are we seeing about the hope of the gospel as revealed through the interactions of Joseph and his brothers? What are some of the pieces that we're beginning to put together in chapter 43? So I hope that you'll spend some time looking through this text. There's some other things you can see. Judah and Reuben, the comparison between 42 and 43. Lots of comparisons as we have similar events, but in different ways unfolding before us. So I hope that you'll spend some time working through this text, spending some time in prayer together as we continue to work through the life of the saints as revealed in the book of Genesis. Can't wait to worship with you guys on Sunday.